high-handedness. If you don't have power in this country, you suffer and die. If you have power, you go scot-free.
Right.
President Tinubu, all of this is happening under your watch. I will ask you a question.
All right.
Láyé onígbọ́n nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀, láyé àrẹ̀sà ní nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. So, láyé Tinubu ní gbogbo eléyìí ṣẹlẹ̀.
All right.
It's in the era of President Tinubu, all of this happening. We have to speak truth to power.
All right.
Let's call a spade now. What country are we living in?
All right.
Okay.
The leader is the moral head of every country. The leader is the moral head.
There are legal processes.
All right.
Law is not emotion.
Fantastic.
We know, but the leader is the moral head.
No.
All right.
Law
He's
is
the moral
Let's
head.
finish this
What he's
conversation.
done is
President
wrong.
Tinubu cannot amend any law.
No.
The leader is the moral
that's not
head.
the question.
That's what we are saying. That's not the question.
Of the legislature.
Right.
It's the high-handedness we are talking about.
I'm talking law. I'm
Right.
not talking emotions.
At the end of the day,
Fire. Rufia. You know, that's very dark man. You know, he's popularly known as Very Dark Man, but his real name is Martins Ortiz, who was arrested by Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, 5 days ago, or 6 days ago rather, and he was released yesterday. Many people are celebrating. His fans, they ranted, they ranted, or whatever they call them. They are celebrating his release, and he is the voice of the masses, according to many in Nigeria. And his arrest has sparked a lot of reaction and division among different political spectrum, among social media influencers, among Nigerians, among also media gurus and journalists and all of that. And this is what happened on Arise Television, where Ruben Abati and Dr. Rufia, have to try to sort themselves out when it comes to this particular issue. Remember that they said that Very Dark Man was cyber talking, and which was the reason why they arrested him and was detained for 5 days. But the funny thing was that the EFCC said they wrote to Ortiz, known as Very Dark Man, to appear before them. But we have seen videos of Very Dark Man saying that he is waiting for the invitation of the EFCC to prove to them that they are very corrupt. So, and since he was arrested, there was no any form of a statement from the EFCC to clarify all the assumptions flying up in the air, which is the position Rufia is taking. Anyway, let me not be the one to gist you how it went in the studio. Let's take a listen to both of them as they argue who is right or wrong.
The Nigerian Guild of Editors and Serap came together, according to the report, and said, look, this law is being abused and being used, cyber stalking, specifically Section 24 of the Cybercrime Act, being used to harass people, to intimidate activists and journalists, and it's also against Section 39 of the Constitution. Section 39 of the Constitution talks about freedom of expression and the right to own a medium of communication. They also talked about Article 19 of the International Convention on Civil Rights. Article 19 is also basically about freedom of expression. However, it is not President Tinubu that will amend the law. The place to go is the National Assembly. However, my position is this: no law under the Nigerian Constitution gives you absolute rights. You don't have absolute rights. Every law under the Constitution within the jurisdiction has its limits.
Right.
You cannot say because Section 39 says you can talk. That section does not include the phrase that you can talk anyhow.
Yeah.
Or that you can abuse the social media to embarrass, impugn the integrity of other people. And that's why we have laws of defamation. But the basic principle is that no citizen in this country has absolute rights.
Yeah.
And the organizations in this country, the law enforcement agencies, they have the right to call anybody to task,
All right.
to investigate anybody.
Right.
So, and it will not be right to say, oh, this agency is corrupt. That's why they are investigating. No,
Right.
that would be an illiterate thing to say.
Absolutely.
Support Sarah.
Yes. Serap and NG.
And I agree
Yeah.
that the buck stops with the president, is the leader of the land. You see, we forget. We can all see that the president does not have anything to do with the court. we forget that the president is supposed to be the moral beacon of any nation. And what happens in any nation falls under the president. I mean, look at all these heinous activities and crimes that are being perpetrated. The high-handedness. What EFCC has done to VDM, is it right? Let's call it speed is speed. They arrested the man. You didn't issue a statement all this while. You said, a fraud, malfeasance and everything. You have not even shown us a charge. We are hearing counter narrative. The truth has to be said. If a man had called that EFCC in the past, that they are corrupt and all of that, didn't the EFCC chairman himself say they have bad eggs amongst them? Why are we talking like we don't live in Nigeria? All you just need to do is to call him to corroborate. So the question we are asking is, what is going on? Is it because the man does not have the paraphernalia of security and state? Didn't the same EFCC try to go and arrest Yaya Bello? Didn't they push them away because military, police meet police? And he was being guarded. Didn't the EFCC chairman, a man that is doing great, by the way, and I support him, when he started to support the EFCC, I support the EFCC like I supported them a lot in Yaya Bello's situation.
All right.
Didn't he say, I will resign if Yaya Bello is not prosecuted?
So in all of this, the Abati is standing on the existing protocols. So many Nigerians will say, when giving speeches in occasions and all of that, that the rule of law, the law is the law, and the law does not care about your emotions. The law is the law, and that is the reason why he is saying and insisted that for the fact that there is freedom of speech does not mean you should talk anyhow. Excuse you, is verydrackman talking anyhow? Is he, talking anyhow when he said, you people are criminals, you are thieves and all of that? Exactly. People like Yaya Bello has been confirmed to be someone who have embezzled money, have stolen. If I said, if you call them embezzlement or launder, it means you are trying to sugarcoat it. Call it only thief, so that their children, when they get to school, they say, oh, father is a thief. I think it will bring some kind of decorum to our society. But using English words, big grammar, to quantify some kind of criminality in our society is the reason why some people continue to commit those crimes. Thieves! That is what those politicians are. And his verydrackman is saying that, and he has so many evidence to back it up. So how is he speaking anyhow? Or could it be that anyway, there are some certain kind of words or choice of words or things he says sometimes that don't sit well with me also, in as much as most of us enjoying his content and enjoying what he said or do at time, but then I think from now going forward he should look out for how he can do his presentation, or let's say bring his issue to the public domain better. But however, this thing, like I said, was a distraction. I've said that in our last two videos concerning this whole saga. And the Senate have passed 2 of the tax reform bill of Mr. President. Oh, Unasiba. They give una story. They argue why they were busy passing some kind of laws at the National Assembly. I told you people in the other video, shine your eye for these people. National Assembly, open your eyes. They want to do something. Sharp, sharp. They don't pass 2 bills. Now the now president has gone ahead to when he was even in that, he was saying that Tinubu did this, he hugged and all of that. We reported it as he said, but now that he has apologized, who beat him? Oh, it's still another story. So what do you make of all of this said by Rufia and Reuben Abati? This division is very, very holy and is holistic enough for us to understand the position of the both adults. But the truth of the matter still remains that the shenanigans by the government, the manner at which they are doing this thing, will not help this country at all. If you continue in this manner, one day, like Rufia said in the studio today, they go just waka come pick you for camera like this, waka. As we all say in Nigeria, make our eyes never see them. But it's a reality. We are heading there. Thank you for watching.